This little-known catastrophe changed the Americas forever. Researchers divided North and South America into 119 regions, combing through historical records to estimate pre-Columbian populations. They calculated that around 60.5 million people lived in the Americas before European contact. But between 1492 and 1600, 90% of these indigenous populations vanished. That's about 55 million lives lost. Most may be wondering how conquistadors could cause so much devastation across two entire continents. They didn't just enslave and destroy villages, they spread diseases that the indigenous Americans had never seen before, like smallpox, measles, and influenza. This isn't just a large number of lives lost. It's a tragic story of entire cultures, families, and histories erased from existence. When we walk through the lands today, we must remember the vibrant civilizations that once thrived here, the Inca, Aztec, Mayan, and Olmec, and many more thriving communities that built incredible cities and temples that scientists are still discovering today. These sites are buried deep in the jungles. The people vanished so quickly and there was no one to maintain the sites. There is even evidence that the Amazon rainforest was a man-made forest for farming and foraging, but after the Great Dying it grew into what we know today. These civilizations were much more advanced than most expect. They may not have had the weapon technology the Europeans had, but there are other forms of advancement. Since Europeans came and took over the Americas, not many know about this tragic event or why it even happened. Europeans at the time had some terrible ideas about hygiene. Following the Black Plague scare, they believed bathing would remove the protective layer of dirt and oil and expose them to the unclean air. I know this sounds absurd, but it's completely true. Indigenous Americans, on the other hand, were extremely serious about hygiene and most bathed very regularly. They had very few diseases and illnesses and used many herbal medicines for their small issues. When the Europeans landed and infected the indigenous people, they had weak immune systems and couldn't fight off the horrific diseases that the Europeans had hundreds of years to build a tolerance to. These diseases spread like a wildfire and affected North and South America. 55 million of them. Never forget.